Nowadays, it's pretty easy to figure out who the richest player in the game is. A simple /net worth command on my Discord server will tell you that Swavey is number 1. Of course, when you look into it further, most net worth calculators don't actually include items in chests on items, or certain exotics, and so on. But at least you have a pretty solid idea, relatively easy, of, I guess, the richest player in the game. But when it comes to NPCs and trying to decipher who is the richest NPC in the game, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Now, a few months back I made a video where I talked about who the richest NPC in Hypixel Skyblock is. We talked about people like the banker, even Maddox, Cat, the blacksmith, Sirius and the Dark Auction, of course the Bazaar agent, the auction house agents and the auction house master. However, we definitely missed a ton of NPCs that could be the richest. So today we try to discover who truly is the richest NPC in Hypixel Skyblock. And the first NPC we're going to take a look at is the NPC in the park who you can pay to make it rain. I had no idea what this NPC was called, and I don't think many people really do, but it's Vanessa. Basically, if you go over to Vanessa, for a few coins, I'll conjure the rain. 1 minute of rain is 5,000 coins, so every minute you have to pay 5,000 coins. The Skyblock community has spent a combined 115 billion coins on rain, so it actually gives us a figure, which is really cool. This is how much this NPC is worth. 115 billion. Which is almost 4 times the net worth of Swavey, who is the richest player in the game. So yeah. Hey Vanessa, wanna lend me some coins, please? Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have found the richest NPC in this video, but you've got to watch the video through. First, make sure to use code Nitros if you do buy anything from the Hypixel store. It gets yourself 5% off. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel, it would help out a lot. We're almost at 60k subscribers. And finally, join the Discord server, it's linked in the description down below. If you want to get dungeon or slayer carries, or potentially carry for some coins, then make sure to join. Okay, nowadays it's very easy to go to your recipe book and then go over to trades, and you can literally just insta-sell items here to a literal non-existent NPC, I guess. However, people still like to do it the old-fashioned way. Say if you go to the hub and you want to sell some items, right, but you're not going to sell them to the bazaar. Things like gemstones, or maybe even, maybe, I don't know, farming crops before they kind of got nerfed. I don't know about you, but I'd go to the adventurer. Now, some people say they would also go to the farm merchant, which kind of makes sense considering farm merchant's right here from spawn in the hub. But I don't know what it is, but I always go to the adventurer. Let me know in the comments if you're going to sell something to an NPC in the hub. Who would you sell it to? I don't know why, don't ask why, it's probably because it's right next to the bazaar, but I'd go to the adventurer. Imagine how many coins this adventurer NPC right here is holding. Think about people who have been farming gemstones, mining gemstones for hours upon hours. Comes to the hub, alright, you know what, adventurer, I'm going to sell them to you. You can quickly see how those 115 billion coins that the rain NPC in the park has is actually relatively minuscule. Because from mining, people can make upwards of 50 to 60 million coins per hour with the right setup, with relative ease. I say relative ease because I wouldn't be able to do it, but people with a bit of, let's say, skill. Or just without a skill issue. But you can easily see how that's going to add up. I mean, all it takes is just for over 1,000 people to sell 100 mil worth of gemstones to this NPC, and we've already beaten the rain NPC in the park. So even though we can't see how many coins this adventurer is holding, I would assume it's got to be way more than Vanessa. Just saying. Now at the moment, the mayor is Finnegan. Don't really think Finnegan's too rich. I could be wrong. I might be right. How about Scorpius? Scorpius bribes every single player in Skyblock to vote for him. Now, this is kind of a strange one considering every other NPC is collecting coins, whereas Scorpius is giving out coins. But imagine how many times Scorpius has been mayor, how many people play Hypixel Skyblock, and how many coins he's given out. Don't get me wrong, I mean, just from thinking roughly, I don't really think he would come close to anywhere near Vanessa in the park at 115 billion. Like, that is a ridiculous number. This isn't Scorpius, but he's still a pretty rich boy. Alright, so the last video we made, it was like 4 months ago, given, but we talked about the auction master and the auction agents, but we didn't talk about this boy down here. This big, well, it's not actually, you know, is he here? Shen's agent. I mean, Shen's agent's here, but Shen isn't here. Shen's auction, the Shen NPCs in general, must be very, very, very rich. Obviously, you've got these items that you can just straight up purchase from down here, which are not exactly cheap items to purchase. But you've got the items that you can buy from Shen's auction, things like the Artifact of Control. We've got Pandora's Box, we've got Shen's Regalia, we've got way more items too. The potential for there to be a racing helmet or a clover helmet, or you know, the list goes on, and these items sell for billions and billions and billions of coins. Shen he's got to be by far richer than Vanessa in the park, but I don't think Shen is the richest NPC, and you'll see why. I think the limiting factor to Shen being the richest NPC in the game is just purely the limited amount of items that he actually does sell. And maybe if these were a sort of a bigger number, still wouldn't come close to the richest. So now we turn our attention to the dungeon hub. This NPC right here, Croesus. I really hope I pronounced that correctly. I, might be butchering it. Anyway, essentially if you go into a dungeon and don't open the chests will appear here after the run. You can reroll, you can obviously buy items, and so on. Imagine the amount of people that play dungeons, the amount of people that maybe want to reroll a chest but didn't have a Kismet feather, or whatever situation or scenario it may be, and they have to buy the item from here. Now, some people prefer just not to open the chests in dungeons and just basically come straight to this NPC. A lot of people do that. Or a lot of people just do the runs, don't want to, sort of have downtime. Like this guy right here, just bought a Recombobulator. W. So many coins going to him. I don't know, it's really hard to sort of figure out or sort of understand how many coins this NPC is actually holding, to be honest. Because it is a relatively new NPC. We're talking, it's probably been introduced in like the last 6 months or something. It might have been here longer. I don't know. Let me know. How rich really is this NPC? Now, truly the richest NPC is a little bit of a trick answer. Okay, just let me explain. So, we're actually on the alpha server right now, which is technically still Hypixel Skyblock, although it is kind of borderline considering it's not the main server, but it's still Skyblock. I'm going to class it as, yeah. Anyway, we must all know about the Centauri. Centauri? Oh. This NPC right here. Okay, everyone has probably used this NPC, and if you haven't, you're missing out on a lot of fun. First of all, he just gives out free Hyperions. Second of all, he has a coin generator, so say if we want to go to here and do custom amount, and we do 100T, which is 100 trillion coins. Wait for it. Just watch our purse. Just keep watching our purse. He'll give you a soon. There we go. He just gives you 100 trillion coins. I don't know, maybe one Hyperion isn't enough. Well, that's fine because we can just duplicate item. It gives us a second Hyperion. Exactly the same as our first. One golden dragon isn't enough. Oh, that's fine. Centauri's got us covered. Duplicate item. He is the richest NPC. If we're including the alpha server, he is quite obviously by far the richest NPC on the game. If we're not including the alpha server, it becomes a lot more difficult, because literally the only NPC that you can really see the value of is Vanessa in the park, and Vanessa is definitely not the richest NPC. I think it's more likely for the richest NPC to be either the Bazaar agent or the auction house agent, because, well, imagine the amount of coins that have gone through the Bazaar, the tax that they've taken, and the same goes to the auction house. Maybe the banker, but I don't think so. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.